welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel, and here's today's question. I'm just going to read it the way that somebody submitted it. It says, please explain why Calvinism is not biblical. Now, that means that whoever wrote this supposedly believes that it is not. So I'm just answering it the way that it was written. Here's one of the dangers that we have with isms, whether it be Calvinism or any other ism, is that these are man-made theological constructs that are based off biblical precepts. Now, notice I said biblical precepts. You can take a Bible passage and you can twist it into a man-made theology. So to say that any of these are non-biblical is kind of a misnomer. For example, annihilationism is the theology that when one dies without Jesus Christ, they do not go to hell, they just cease to exist. Now, that's not biblical, but it's based off a biblical passage in 1 Thessalonians 1:9, where it talks about eternal destruction. They believe that passage means that hell doesn't exist. Now, why am I going to these extremes? Because any belief system that has ism at the end of it is going to use the Bible to prove their point. So the way I want to answer this question is really not answering it, but kind of answering it is any verse, any passage in the Bible can be made to say what anybody wants it to say when you remove it from its context. In other words, look at the verse before it, the verse behind it, look at the chapter, look at the book of the Bible, look at the entirety of Scripture as a whole. And so on this issue, which is oftentimes so divisive and so controversial, for those that want to advocate what we know as Calvinism, I want to give you a challenge. Look at those passages that are so near and dear to your ism and ask this question. Are those passages in context, not that phrase? Are they addressing who is saved? Or are they answering the question, how does humanity get saved? For those that are rejecting Calvinism and don't want to have anything to do with it, let me challenge you as well to go back to those passages, read those passages in their context, and realize that we do serve a God who is sovereign. But at the same time, is he addressing the who or is he addressing the how? Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.